Here we go. One of the most requested destinations in the history of the Tattooed Traveler. Since we've been online and on the air, this is where you've wanted to go. So pack your bags. It's time to go to London. To London. I'm Todd Newton, inviting you to join me as we visit the iconic landmarks that make this city truly unforgettable. From Big Ben to Buckingham Palace, every street corner in London has a story to be told. So grab your passport because London is calling. This is the Tattooed Traveler. I don't think any trip to London would be complete without a visit to Buckingham Palace. I tell you what, the king is really living the life. There are 52 royal and guest bedrooms in the palace, 78 bathrooms, 92 different offices, a big old swimming pool. They have their own cinema, their own post office, and their own doctor's office right on the grounds. It has served as the official residence of the UK's sovereigns since 1837. And you see those hats the guards are wearing? They can weigh up to 9 pounds. Not comfortable. And their guns, from what I'm told, are usually not even loaded. But those guards take their job very seriously. They're only allowed to speak when they are issuing warnings to the public. You don't want to be on the receiving end of that. The ornate royal coat of arms there on the main gates. One of the most popular tourist attractions here in London is the changing of the guards at Buckingham Palace. That happens every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at 10:45 a.m. And the entire handover takes about 45 minutes. Really something to see. This is Hyde Park, just one of the 3,000 parks here in London that take up more than 18% of the city. Now, this is Parliament Square, and it's surrounded by several significant buildings. You see Big Ben in the background there, Westminster Abbey, and House of Parliaments. You'll also find quite a few historic statues. Abraham Lincoln is here. Nelson Mandela is here. Throughout history, Parliament Square was the site of many, there's Winston Churchill, they don't come much more important than that, the site of many protests and political demonstrations because of the area's close proximity to these key offices. Let's talk about Big Ben, shall we? I was surprised to find out when I was doing some research for this video that Big Ben refers specifically to the bell tower, not the clock itself, which is incredibly accurate. It's adjusted as needed by adding or removing old British pennies to the pendulum. It stands 316 feet tall and took 16 years to complete. Construction began in 1843. Now, just across the River Thames is the London Eye, or as I call it, that giant Ferris wheel in London. You know the one. There are 32 glass pods on the London Eye, and it will take you about 30 minutes to do one full revolution, but the views from up there, man, I bet there's something amazing. Ticket prices are right around the £70 mark. And from what I'm told, early in the morning or late in the evening are the best times to ride because it gets crazy busy at the London Eye. London is known as a world-class shopping destination. You've got Oxford Street and Regent Street and Bond Street. And many of the most well-known brands choose London to open their flagship stores. But sometimes you just want a little kitschy souvenir to take home to your pal at work. Oh, you'll find that here too. And don't be afraid to barter a little bit with the street merchants. Nothing wrong with that. I know I drive my family crazy a little bit when I do it, but hey, a pound saved is a pound saved. Especially when you can use those saved pounds at the pub. What's better than an authentic English pub? Many times a pub will be named after a time in history, like the Crown or the Red Lion. But what they're known for is the pint, a pint of English ale, often served at cellar temperature. It's quite an atmosphere, a lot of character, a lot of history in these pubs. Just the way these two gentlemen, Roosevelt on the left and Churchill on the right, would have liked it. And while we're using our imaginations, Mr. John Lennon. The Beatles actually formed in Liverpool, about 220 miles northwest of London, in 1960. But this is where history was made, Abbey Road Studios. It was right here that the band recorded their 11th and final studio album together before breaking up. That was 1969. Hits like Something and Here Comes the Sun and Come Together. But what brings thousands of Beatles fans to the area every year is this crosswalk. Looks a little different now, almost 50 years later. But if, like me, you're one of those people that just has to do something to say they did it, well, crossing the street where John, Paul, George, and Ringo crossed, something you have to check off your bucket list. Now, to get to our next destination, we needed to head to King's Crossing train station, which just so happens to be the site of platform 9 3/4 from Harry Potter. And believe me, they do not miss the opportunity to cash in on Harry Potter fans. There's no question this is the fastest, most efficient way to get around this busy city. Over 3 million Londoners use the tube every single day, and you'll get a kick out of this. Over the years, 3 women have actually given birth inside a tube. One of those women gave birth to a baby, Jerry Springer. It's true. Happened in 1944. All right, here we are in Camden Town. Camden Market is known for its alternative lifestyle, its unique shopping, its live music. Listen, if you're looking for it, you'll find it here in Camden Town. And that includes the food, from sweet treats to street food, cuisines from all over the world. So good. So you may want to cut yourself a little slack and put that diet on hold for a couple of days.
1, 2.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're going to eat all that?
I'll try.
But I did manage to come into contact with the freshest orange juice I think I've ever seen. The shopping here is serious business. About 100,000 people visit Camden Market each weekend. Jewelry, vintage clothing, handcrafted items, even this cool bookstore. The Camden area generates over $1 billion from visitor spending every single year. And all of the stalls and shops are responsible for about 275,000 jobs for locals. Love hearing that. What started off as just a small arts and crafts market back in the 1970s is now the 4th largest attraction in London. Well, thank you for another great trip. I love exploring the world with you, no matter where you're watching the show. DBTV, YouTube, Roku, Amazon Fire, Germany, France, Australia. Thank you for being a part of the Tattooed Traveler family. Make sure you tell all your friends about us. Share the video. It just makes exploring so much more fun. And make sure you check some of our other episodes, because we've got some incredible destinations coming your way. From the great city of London, I'm Todd Newton, and until we meet again a little further down the road, travel safely.